responsibilities as well, in addition to what they do musically. So, from Southern Michigan, it's the Moxie Strings.
Thank you. Oh, wow. It's so great to see so many of you here. We have to really sincerely thank you for coming inside when it's so beautiful out. But it really means twice as much to us because we know those days have been few and far between. But we're really glad you're here. Thanks. We're going to get started with one of our combo tunes. It starts with a tune that we've been playing for a couple years here, but we just has had new life lately, and we've been having a good time with it. So it's an Irish tune called Drowsy Maggie. And then we hand it to Allie on that crazy instrument that, of course, we'll talk about. Place your bets now. And then we take it into a tune that we wrote called Sidetracked when we were supposed to be studying. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. We figured we'd just kind of get it all out there early there. And Allie playing that distortion pedal early on gives me the opportunity to kind of just scan and see how that's going to go over. Every once in a while we get these, but no, it seemed to be generally positive. So we will, okay, good. It's pretty cool, yeah. We call that blurring genre lines. That's kind of what we're trying to do as much as possible. So, yes, we do work a lot with students, and that's, we'll talk more about that, because that the more we can sound like electric guitars and the cooler sounds we can make, the more we can get our point across about the amount of cool music that's out there. So. We feel very lucky now. We get to say we come from Michigan, but this is what we do. We get to travel the country and are doing this nationally now, hopefully internationally soon. But we've had a pretty crazy couple of weeks, even just in the amount of corners of the country we've been lucky enough to visit. So, but this is the tune that we always throw back to the mitten. And we talk about how great the summers are up north and about our fresh water and all the things that make it so special. So we'll spare you that. I think you probably get it. We'll save you the spiel. But yeah, we're really, it's fun to be able to talk about where we come from. So we will, this is our high five to the high five state. Here's a tune that we wrote a couple years back. This is called Dive In, Go Swimming.
Thank you. Boy, we really just like to hear you clap for us. So selfish.
All right. Some bluegrass, because we haven't yet. This is a set of American tunes that's relatively new to us still, that I learned to play with the band Fograss. You may be familiar. They come through town every once in a while. And that was at Bell's, actually. So I'm practiced up, ready to go, and I jump on stage with them, and turns out they play about 3 times as fast on stage as they do in rehearsal. So we're going to play at Moxie speed, which is still plenty fast for us. But it's, a set of American bluegrass tunes. We came from West Virginia last week, where we felt very at home playing tunes like this. So it's we play a lot of Celtic music, but it's really fun to really figure out where all the similarities are and how to make the jump from one to the other. It's been a fun couple of years exploring the American and the bluegrass realm. So, all right, some traditional bluegrass. Well, thanks. We started with the big Scioto and took that into Clinch Mountain backstep, and then finished with Salt Creek, and then kind of worked our way back from there to where we started. So, yeah, really fun playing bluegrass, and it's fun to work with students too, young musicians, and once they're kind of learning the techniques on their instruments and they're really starting to be more comfortable, describing the difference between playing an Irish trill on a tune or playing some bluegrass slides and double stops is actually much more subtle and simple than they think. And it's really fun to watch the light bulb go off when they trying a bluegrass slide for the first time, because the fundamentals are there, and it's really fun to just kind of watch them sound authentic to something different, because it's a fun message that going from one thing to another is really not. It's very subtle changes that I even thought that there was a lot more to it, and it's been exciting to figure out how similar they all are. So, all right, we're going to do the first tune off of our classic album. We're not calling it the old album. We refuse. It is our least new album that we have with us. It's called Two Pears Dancing. Two Pears Dancing. Pears as in like the fruit. So you'll see two very colorful little pears, like really enjoying themselves on the cover of that. And this is the tune that inspired that artwork. And it is actually written about a drink that I tried at Food Dance once called a pear dance. And I was very inspired by that little visual. So hence this very happy little tune. So the first track on the classic album, this is Two Pears Dancing. And yes, it features Fritz on perhaps one of the more challenging instruments you will see him play this evening. So send him some good vibes. Fritz Smiger. on the pink egg shaker, plastic pink egg shaker. Turns out there's quite a knack to shaker playing. Fritz has a performance degree from the University of Michigan that says that was very, very, very good shaker playing.
In shaker performance, right? That's
Shaker
what your
performance,
degree was?
that's right. Yes,
Shaker performance.
minor in triangle. He hits things well and shakes things well. I originally recorded the shaker on the album, and Fritz came in the studio to do the rest of the drum tracks and went, oh, okay, who recorded the shaker? I said, well, I did. It's a shaker. I did it in one take. What? You know? And he said, okay, well, are you happy with it? I'm like, no, I guess not. Needless to say, Fritz is playing the shaker on the album, and he did it in one take too. But I hear the difference. I do, Fritz. Okay, we would love to let's do lovers now. Okay. Yeah. We'd love to play you a waltz. This is a waltz written by a really great songwriter, tune writer in upstate New York. His name's Jay Ungar. He writes beautiful tunes with his wife Molly. Oh, thanks. Got too crazy up here already. This is a tune that we played at a lot of weddings, and we've actually played it at some very special people's weddings. It's a beautiful tune, but on bigger stages and at festivals and such, it's got a little too mellow. So we had to pick it up at the end and turn it into a little bit more of like a power ballad. So we'll play it in its original form to start here. And then we added kind of a bridge to segue into something that's a little more intense. So picture Fritz on the drum kit on this one, too. This is the Lover's Waltz. Thank you very much. All right. Beautiful tune, thanks. Well, we mentioned we've been all about kind of the bluegrass direction lately, so we couldn't have played any bluegrass without teasing at Bill Monroe here. So we're going to play one of his tunes. If you are familiar with bluegrass, you know that name. He's the great. This was said to be one of his favorite of the tunes that he's written, and I think he wrote about a place in his backyard. But it's a really great tune that we've been having a good time with. It's called Jerusalem Ridge. Whew, thank you. All right, thanks so much. Okay, so I feel like we've gone far enough without really giving that thing a name, and hopefully you did put a wager on it. It's an electric cello. So normally, yes, an electric cello. So normally so large that you have to sit behind it and put it on the floor in front of you. So it normally has this big hollow body, similar to this, but much, much larger. So we have liberated her from her chair, clearly. It's very hard for any of us to picture her playing seated anymore.
We call it a cello on a diet.
It also travels much, much more easily.
His name is Ned.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's fun for the two of us, too, to be able to have her moving around and, yeah, allow her to be the rock star that she was so clearly meant to be when she chose to play an orchestral instrument, you know? Oh, yep. Then she goes chopping her hair off and... So, yeah, electric cello, and once we're electrified, we can do anything that an electric guitar can do, which we kind of teased at in the first tune there, and there will be more where that came from. But we do play a lot of Irish tunes, and this band has a lot of really great connections to Kalamazoo. Fritz is a Portage grad, Northern. I always forget which one. Portage Northern. I got it. Got there. And Allie's a Bronco. She went to Western for cello. Yeah. So, even further, Allie and I played our first gig playing for tips at the Kalamazoo Irish Festival. Going on 8 gig. They let us play, basically.
Outside of the festival grounds, on the side of the street.
That's true. Yes, it's true. It was a very humbling thought. But that was a good 8 years ago now. 8 years? 9 years? But yes, come a long way. But yeah, we love it here, and we came back to the Kalamazoo Irish Fest many times, and it's just a really special spot for us, so we're really happy to be back. The last time we were here was on St. Patrick's Day, one of our big, big holidays, where we started our first set at 7 a.m. and played for 3 hours there, and then played 2 more of those shows before the day was over. So it was a long and very fun day, to say the least. But after that season, I feel like people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day for what feels like the whole month. So our month of March, we actually played 30 shows and clinics. So we took a lot of time off in April to sleep, but after the month of March, we were feeling pretty Irished out. There's just so many Irish tunes, but we're feeling back in the swing. So we'd like to play some Irish tunes now. That's where all of this was going. So this is a set of Irish reels that we picked up from some really fabulous musicians this past summer. Here we go. Thank you. Okay. Well, this is a lot of fun for us. We're glad that you guys are here. Thank you. This is really a really nice environment. We do play, some festivals and still the occasional pub show from time to time. So having you all be really attentive is so fun. It's really, really a compliment. Thank you. We really appreciate that a lot. So since we have your attention, we would love to play a tune that we don't always get to play. It's not always right. But it's a tune that we really, really enjoy sharing with people. It's on the new album, and we left it untitled because we found that it does very different things for different people. And it's a slow tune written in kind of an Appalachian style. And we wrote it on a night that we were feeling especially grateful and especially thankful to say that, this is what we do. And a lot of the audiences we're playing for and a lot of the work we're doing, a lot of the faces looking back at us lately, especially our young people, and that is just something that it has meant a lot to all of us for a very long time, and to really be doing it, we know it's a rare thing to say that you really feel like you're doing what you've been called to do, and we're really trying hard not to take any of it for granted and really cherish those moments, and this one, So we'd love to share it with you. It's called Untitled. We left it untitled because we've had a lot of really great memories and stories and sentiments shared with us that makes people feel a different thing. So we would invite you to, we all made it, we're here, be in the moment and take a second to just be grateful and be thankful and let it do for you what it will. Here's Untitled. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. Well, we mentioned that we play weddings from time to time. We enjoy it. We really love being part of the big day. It's special for us. But we've been asked to learn some pretty interesting tunes at these weddings. This is one of our favorite parts of the set. It's our wedding set. It is a compilation of tunes that we have been asked to learn to perform at wedding ceremonies. Wedding ceremonies.
Ceremonies.
Yes, I feel like we should be clear.
Not the reception or the cocktail hour. The ceremonies.
The ceremony, yeah.
Most are requests by the bride.
Yeah, let's be honest. Although, you'll hear the one that might have been the groom. All right, here we go, the wedding set. Just kidding.
Thank you. The wedding set absolutely an advertisement for the fact that we do play weddings.
We'll travel. We'll literally
We'll
learn
anything.
Yeah.
For the right price. You guessed it. The groom picked Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Well played. Okay, this is a tune that we've been having a great time playing. It was made famous by the great Natalie McMaster, a really amazing Canadian fiddle player up from Nova Scotia. So we learned it first because of her, and then decided we needed to moxify it a little bit. So you will. It's about a third the tempo that she plays it. We'd kind of take it a different direction. It's called Catharsis. Thank you. Fritz McGurr on the cajon. Working hard on that one. Okay, well, we just came upon the hour mark, which means it's always our goal to like just make sure we make you smile somehow. So we would like to do a little bit of a trick for you. We play these large Irish festivals, and it's been so awesome. And we found ourselves shoulder to shoulder with musicians that we've been idolizing and listening to for years. It's just been a real gift. We've kind of found the right place at the right time to be offered some of these opportunities. But we found that our show didn't quite have enough of this for the Irish Fest crowd, so we had to come up with some creative ways to amp things up a tad. So this is one of them. This is one of our stage tricks. It features Fritz tonight. Fritz is the. Oh, that's never a good sign.
We emailed you this afternoon.
Yep. Well, you've got a smartphone. There's no excuse. Okay, so while he comes up with something, we'll start some Irish reels. Everybody. I think he's got better. I do. Thank you. Whew, thanks. I don't know why we saved the deep squat for the end of the show, but yeah, those are your standard takeout chopsticks, believe it or not. It's an old Appalachian technique. The beauty of YouTube. We had a friend post a video of that on the two of our walls and said, hey, I think this has your name on it. So a couple rehearsals and became our stage trick. Okay, well, yes, we have had the pleasure of working with the Kalamazoo Public Schools, actually, and a lot of schools around Michigan, and now beyond, and it's been, like we mentioned, very rewarding and very, very cool. And this next tune that you're about to hear is one of the ones that we love to teach. So our message to students is just that now that they've decided to be young musicians, they've decided to have this really cool element to their lives, they get to decide what type of musician they'd like to be. And it might not be an orchestral musician, which is what is most commonly taught in school. So we go in and we teach them a tune and show them some improvisation, which is not commonly taught in the music ed program, and strings especially. And it's just light bulb after light bulb, and it's so fun for us. But this is a good example of strings sounding a little bit different. This is a little bit more of a rock tune. And you'll notice the melody is a little more simple than what we usually play, and that's so that we can teach it quickly. But we found that it still has tons of energy, and we decided to put it in our set too. So here we go. It's called the Sterling Set. you. The Sterling Set. You will find that on a future album. We are going to record that as a single for the summer, actually. We're doing that on Saturday, so keep an eye out for that. We would love to stay in touch. This will be our last tune for the evening, but thank you again so much for choosing to come inside and spend this time with us. It really meant a lot, so we're so glad that you did. Thank you. TheMoxieStrings.com, of course, Facebook. We post lots of fun videos and such, so we're a fun follow, we like to say, so we would love it if you'd hit the like button there, and we will be in Kalamazoo in and out quite a bit. I know that there's going to be a Bells date probably in August, so we would really love to see you again. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks so much. Take care. That's Allison Lynn on that electric cello for you this evening. And the distortion pedal. That's Fritz McGurr on the Irish boron and the cajon and the shaker and the chopsticks and the ankle bells. My name's Diana. We're the Moxie Strings. We're going to head back there. We'd love to thank you personally for coming, and we will have both our classic and our newest album back there as well. So thank you. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you so much for coming out.